Hey guys, I am back with my 4-day meal prep as highly requested by you all. I have lost 16 pounds and a lot of you want to know what I eat and how I did it. So I'm going to show you the things that I eat. As you can see, I eat over here. I do not starve myself. I am doing intermittent fasting, which means that I only eat lunch and dinner and I have a snack in between. If you guys want a snack video or like my favorite snacks, make sure you leave a request down below. So I like to meal prep and plan out everything. I like to write it down so I can be organized. I don't follow it per se, but it just gives me an idea, a blueprint of everything. I did substitute some things. So these are my meal prep containers. I have 4 lunch boxes and I have 4 dinner plates, all of which I purchased at the dollar store. So I'm going to start out with my brown rice because brown rice is supposed to be more healthier than white rice. So I'm using the little measuring cup that came with my steamer and I'm just going to pour about 1.5 cups of this brown rice. And that should make about 4 servings for me, or actually 5 servings. So what I'm going to do now is rinse the rice off. I don't have to rinse it as much as white rice because white rice just has a lot of starch on it. The water is kind of cloudy, so you definitely want to rinse your rice off. So now I'm just going to put the clean rice into my steamer and I'm going to put some water into the steamer. As you can see, there's numbers in the inside and I'm just going to fill it up to the number 2. And I'm going to shake a little bit of table salt just to help it from sticking. You can skip that step if you prefer not to have salt, and I'm just going to mix that up. And you want to put the lid on with the hole facing away from the cabinets and away from the walls. And I'm just going to go ahead and turn that on. It cooks for about an hour. So now I'm just going over my plan and seeing what I have to do next. Well, I'm going to put on 4 eggs. I was supposed to put on 5, but yeah, I kind of miscalculated. It's all right. So now I'm just going to fill that up with water and I'm going to boil these eggs for about 30 minutes. And now I'm just going to prepare my salad. I'm using the premium romaine salad by Fresh Express. And I'm just going to pour that whole bag into the bowl. And then I'm just going to cut up my vegetables. So I'm using this little dicer that I purchased from ShopRite, which is my local supermarket, and it just makes things a lot easier. I don't have time hand cutting anything. I like to just keep it moving. So I'm just going to pour some of the cucumbers in there and I'm going to try to get most of the tomatoes inside of the salad. And I'm going to cut up another tomato. I'm going to be making a spinach salad as well. So now I'm just going to season that with some onion powder. I'm going to put in some lemon pepper, some garlic powder, and some crushed red pepper seeds. I love everything spicy and it just helps the juices release because I don't eat salad dressing with my salad, so I just use the natural juices from the cucumbers and tomatoes to lubricate my salad. It's more healthier that way. So now I'm just going to place that into my lunch boxes. So here's the spinach I was talking about. I actually use this in my salads. I actually use this in my smoothies as well. So I just take about 3 handfuls of that, and I'm going to apply some of the cucumbers and tomatoes in there. And I'm just basically going to use the same seasonings to season that. And you just want to mix, mix, and mix. And then I'm just going to place that into my lunchbox. And whatever I had left over, I'll eat it for dinner tonight. So now that my rice is more than halfway done, I am going to spray some I Can't Believe It's Not Butter. Do not judge me. I love my I Can't Believe It's Not Butter. If you don't want to use that, you don't have to. And then I'm going to sprinkle some Chef Curry. Just shake it on in there. And some of that Mrs. Dash in them. And then I'm going to mix it up with the spoon that it came with. So we're going to let that steam for about another 15 minutes. And then I'm going to take and put my eggs into some cold water. If you have some ice cubes, that would be better, but I don't have any, so this is fine. So the meats of choice today is tilapia fillets. And I'm also going to be making some swai fillets. I think that's how you pronounce it, swai or sway. Well, I don't have all the answers. So I'm going to spray my fish down with some butter, some Old Bay seasoning, some curry powder. I'm just going to put that on the tilapia. Some garlic and herb seasoning. Some crushed red peppers. Some lemon pepper, just a little bit. Some parsley flakes for the color. Some black pepper. And I'm also going to put some minced garlic on top of the fish. And I'm going to add some water so I can steam this fish into the oven. So let's go ahead and put this into the oven on 300 degrees for about 30 minutes. I could have did 25, but who's counting? So we're going to do some black beans by Goya, and I'm going to heat up some mushroom gravy. Nothing really to that, just put it in the pan, it's already cooked. And I'm just going to add some water to the gravy just to loosen it up a bit. But like I said, it's already done, you're just heating it up for real, for real. So in this saucepan, I'm going to add some broccoli and some carrots. Here I go with that butter. I'm going to add some garlic into it as well, some chicken seasoning, some garlic and herb seasoning by Mrs. Dash, and some crushed red pepper seeds. And I'm just going to let this steam for about 20 minutes. So another meat of choice on today's entree is chicken breast. So I already washed and cleaned my meat. I'm just going to season that with some adobo seasoning, some chicken seasoning, some garlic and herb seasoning. And I'm also going to use some cayenne pepper because I heard that was great for weight loss as well. And some black pepper. And I'm going to turn it over to the good side. And I'm just going to season that as well with the same seasonings. And I'm just going to pat that in just to get the seasoning all packed into it. So I'm going to be using my George Foreman grill, and I'm going to be making some grilled chicken. You don't have to spray it, that's optional. And I'm going to take the smaller chicken breast. I wish I had a bigger grill, but this is what I'm working with. So you got to make it work. So while I'm waiting for that to cook, which is about 7 to 8 minutes, I'm going to put about 1.5 scoops of brown rice into each of my platters. And I'm also going to have some rice for lunch one of these days. So now my chicken breast is done. I'm going to take those 2 small ones off and put those to the side. so that I can put the big papa on there. Takes about 8 minutes. And I also put on some steamed green beans and red and green peppers. You'll see what I'm going to do with those later. So here are my hard-boiled eggs. I just cut those into half and I'm going to place those into my lunch containers. See, I have one extra. If I had put one more egg, I would have had another slice for each of those containers. But I'm just going to put some black pepper on them and some sea salt. Off to the side. So it's now time to prepare this chicken breast. I'm going to cut up the big piece and I'm just going to cut that into chunks, because you guessed it, we're going to have grilled chicken salad. Yes, with no dressing, just plain. Use the juices from the tomatoes to lubricate it. I already ate one of these salads, so I know it's popping. It's so good. So I'm just going to put the lids on because those are all done. I'm just going to put those in the refrigerator. And now I'm just going to add some black beans to each of these containers for dinner. And I'm going to add some vegetables as well. And I'm going to add just carrots to that one because I'm going to be adding green beans to that one. And I'm going to add the remaining broccoli into my lunch dinner. And then I'm going to take some mushroom gravy to 3 of those containers. So then I'm adding my chicken breast to those platters. And now I'm going to add some of this swai fish. And then 2 pieces of tilapia over that side. And then I'm going to add a swai fish for lunch. And I'm just going to add like another little piece on there. So now my green beans and peppers are finished steaming. I'm just going to take and add some peppers to that grilled chicken, and then we're going to put that gravy on there. Ooh, the gravy on the chicken smother all. So here we go with the green beans onto the carrot plate with the swai fish, and we are all done with this meal prep. It is so convenient to just wake up and have a meal prepared. You don't have to eat junk, or you don't have to wake up thinking like, what am I going to eat today? You can eat, you can work out, you can focus on what you have to do for the day. You can take it with you to school, take it with you to work, and it's just convenient. So if you guys want to see more meal preps, make sure you give me a big thumbs up for this video. It took me an hour to record this and I got it down to under 15 minutes. But anyways, I love how these little containers have a little opening, so when you put it in the microwave, it doesn't like explode open. So I just stored them in the refrigerator. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Big thumbs up.